Jessie Draper, the Valley Girl. Let's talk business. I'm like the Valley Girl. Spreecast is a social online video sharing platform that brings people online together face-to-face for conversations on topics you care about. Jeff Fluhr is the founder and CEO of Spreecast. Jeff was also a co-founder and CEO of StubHub. Well, here we are with Jeff of Spreecast. So welcome to the Valley Girl Show.
Thanks for having me, Jessie. It's great to be here.
What is Spreecast?
Sure. So Spreecast is a social video platform that brings people together for face-to-face conversation. If you think about social media over the past 8 or 10 years, one of the things we've learned from the rise of Facebook and Twitter is that people really like to connect online. People like to connect with their friends and family and colleagues, and they also like to discover new people and connect with and follow people that they may not know, but who they may be interested in.
They do love to connect online. I feel like everyone wants to be connected now in every possible way. And it's starting to be like when someone takes away your computer or takes away your cell phone for a day, it's just like, people feel naked.
Yeah, that's right. And one of the things about Spreecast is we're letting people connect in a very different format. So we're all about live face-to-face video interaction where you can actually see each other's faces. So we combine sort of the best of video communication, think Skype or iChat, with the best of social media, think Facebook and Twitter.
What would be some of the uses for this? Like, why would I use Spreecast?
Yeah, so there's a bunch of different people using it kind of in different ways, but the primary uses kind of fall into 4 different buckets. One is sort of media companies who are using Spreecast to promote their TV or movie content or books or records. A second category is celebrities and other public figures like politicians who are using Spreecast to engage with their audience.
Yeah, I heard you had a ton of celebrities on Spreecast. Who are some of the celebrities that you guys have?
Yeah, we've had a lot of different celebrities on the platform, including Britney Spears, the band One Direction, Chris Colfer from Glee.
And so they'll like engage with real people on
right.
Spreecast?
Good, how are you? Nice to meet you. If you were auditioning for the X Factor yourself, what song would you sing and why?
So it's something that the fans absolutely love when they get to go face to face with Britney Spears or Dylan McDermott or Lauren Conrad and have a conversation, and it really helps them build loyalty and helps them grow their personal brand.
And then how did you guys get started?
So yeah, we started the company a little less than 2 years ago, so at the beginning of 2011. And
this was after you started StubHub?
That's right, yep. StubHub was my first company.
High five on that, by the way.
Thank you.
What an awesome company.
Thanks, yeah. Do you buy tickets on StubHub?
Oh yeah, for sure.
Cool, yeah. So StubHub was my first company. Started that in 2000, sold it to eBay in 2007. And then I took some time off. And I started, as I said, like I was watching the trend with social media, really 2 trends. One, the rise of social media and the way that people wanted to stay connected and really using Facebook and Twitter to have conversations, right? Except that these conversations that people have on Facebook and Twitter, they're all text-based, and they're sort of asynchronous, meaning that they're, somebody says something and 3 hours later somebody may retweet it or reply to it or comment on it or like it. And so you get these sort of threaded conversations that are really text-based. And I felt like looking at that trend, plus the trend of the way people were using Skype and iChat to have more and more video, face-to-face interaction, really pointed to an opportunity and a need for there to be ways for people to connect around conversation, but really face-to-face conversation, and to discover new people. But instead of doing it in a private format like Skype or iChat, where it's really a video phone call, more of a public format or a broadcast format where you can actually go and observe people having conversations and join conversations or discover new people, more in an open format or a public format.
Hi everyone, Sarah Crow here. I'm joined by Randall Nichols on this lovely Monday afternoon, and we are here to discuss the 2nd episode of The Walking Dead.
So what are you the most excited about that you're working on right now?
Probably our mobile application and sort of mobile in general. We still have not made sort of our first step into mobile. Everything, Spreecast works completely in the browser, so it's very portable in that sense, but on iOS devices, we are going to be based on a mobile app, and so we're in development on that mobile app, and that should be coming out this quarter before the end of the year, and we're really excited about that. So that's something that we've got a bunch of resources working on, and we think is a really big opportunity.
Yeah, definitely. I think that's very exciting. Are you going to be able to have multiple screens on your phone?
Yeah, you're going to be able to. Yeah, you're going to see
multiple screens on your phone?
Yeah, you're going to be able to. Yeah, you're going to see. Sort of if you're watching a live Spreecast, you'll be able to see. 4 people. If there's 4 people on screen talking and watching it, you'll be able to go on camera yourself from your mobile app. And so yeah, it'll be kind of, I don't want to say full experience, but it'll be most of the key components of the web experience will exist in the mobile app.
What has been your favorite Spreecast that you have taken part in to date?
There was one a couple weeks ago that I thought was really interesting, where they had a guy from NASA on Spreecast talking about the Mars rover.
My son, he loves Wall-E. He definitely makes that connection when I show him a picture of the mast, with its kind of eyes and its little, we got the mast cams right here with the eyes, and we have
building and engineering and designing of the Mars rover and why they did certain things
so
and
cool.
how it was pretty cool. It's kind of geeky, a little bit nerdy,
so
but
cool,
it was pretty.
We love geeky here.
Yeah,
so
I love geeky too.
Rock it. Okay, what did you learn from your first company, which StubHub, that you've applied this time around?
I think there were a lot of learnings from StubHub that I've tried to apply to Spreecast. Things ranging from financing the company, raising capital, through kind of more human resource related issues like recruiting a team and maintaining and sort of retaining the team. And then, through to things like marketing and business development in terms of growing a business and kind of building a brand. So, I think across the board, there was a lot I learned at StubHub. That doesn't mean that we're not making mistakes right now, because we certainly are, and that's part of
part of being an entrepreneur.
Yeah, and it is also a very different business.
I was thinking, you guys, I really feel like are the future of broadcast in a lot of ways. I think that's where you're headed. It's very exciting. So, do you want to be a news reporter with me?
Sure.
Okay. So, the VP debates tonight. Very exciting.
Very exciting. I'm very much looking forward to it. There's the big banana question, though. Do you want to tell everybody what we're thinking about with the banana?
Yeah, the big banana question. Is Mitt Romney going to eat a banana in the middle of the VP debates?
Everybody's been talking about that all day. Everyone wants to know, is the banana going to be eaten? Is it going to be half eaten, a quarter eaten, 3/4 eaten? We just don't know. And will the banana come out? Everybody wants to know the answer to that question.
Well, that's the question, so we'll see what happens tonight, I guess. Okay, now what is one piece of advice you would have for an aspiring entrepreneur? You obviously are a fantastic entrepreneur. This is your second company and you had a very successful first exit. What is the one thing that you feel like someone needs to know if they're starting a company?
As the CEO of a company, assuming you are the CEO, you run the business and you need to do what you think is right in terms of making decisions about whether it's strategy decisions about which way to take the company, or human resource decisions about who to hire or who to fire. And the board is an important kind of player and input into lots of those decisions, and the board can ultimately fire you. But beyond the fact that the board can fire you, you as the CEO really need to make decisions, and you really need to do what you think is best, and only look to the board for input, and outsiders and investors for input and advice, but ultimately you need to do what you think is right and not what somebody else thinks is right.
I think that's a really good piece of advice. You're saying just you don't want too many voices and to hear too many voices. You want to make sure you're taking it in, and then but you're still continuing to lead the company. You're the boss.
Yeah.
So you should make those decisions.
That's right.
I'm like the Valley Girl.
And I'm like Jeff from Spreecast.
Wow. Bananas, man. And now it's time for your DITS moment.
There's no monetization, there's no income yet, and when when we do
That
have
was
it.
my phone. That's like, I feel like a terrible person right now. I am so sorry. That has never happened before. I'm always like the most, I am so sorry.